By using JMS template, you can send it. This auto configured object. Okay, I'm just writing individual method public void send, which takes actually string as a message. Okay, but I want a destination name. So this is a destination name I'm just giving. There I'm using template.send button. So which takes a destination name where to send. Destination name indicates simply it's a connection name and what data you want to send here. There is actually message creator, which is actually a functional interface, you can see. Message creator and create message. Session nothing but connection, message nothing but data. By using session, create a message and send. Okay, but this is not used nowadays. You can send the data here. By using session, there is a method actually create a text message. It's not used actually. Just I'm sending hello. Okay. Actually, latest format is JSON. I said right. First I'll go with MQ, old format, very old format. This one. First I'll finish with the basic, which is very old, but still lot of companies are working. But now I'll come to advanced after to this. Kafka only nowadays mostly used in interviews also. They'll ask this. Okay, they will never ask RabbitMQ and Apache ActiveMQ. Those are basic purpose. Kafka only latest. Okay, so this example just practice and leave it. I'm only saying. Instead of writing this lengthy code, you can even write a short format. Template.send, as it is a lambda expression we can write. It's a method parameter and method body. So it will be sending the data. Actually, this data will come from database or somewhere. Okay, or any location or manual enter data. Okay, or some service locations. This data will come at runtime. Okay, this actually sending the text. But in the future, we don't send text message. We send in a global format. Some JSON format, key and value. Okay, MQs are completely Java-based applications, so it's fine. Later, it's actually converted to binary, serialized format. It's okay now. Send method is actually sending. Look at the point. JMS template. JMS template is used at producer to send message to mom software by using destination name and message. So, but we have to write a consumer application. If you write only this, it's not sufficient. We have to write a consumer. I'm taking another workspace. Just I'm writing dash consumer. You can write in same workspace if you can understand. Single application here also you can write consumer. You can write here only consumer application if you can understand. So JMS consumer EX. Next button. ActiveMQ file. Yeah, Lambda, anything you can add if you want, but this is single sufficient. Kafka I'll give as a very big example. Next and finish. Okay, step number 1. Consumer also you need to create with the ActiveMQ dependency. Okay, step number 2. Whatever the keys that you mentioned, same copy, paste. Okay, this is the location of ActiveMQ, username and password, and PubSub when false means peer-to-peer. Okay, this destination name. Okay, now I'm writing a consumer service here. Here at main class, you have to write one annotation, enable JMS. Okay, producer level not required. It's a consumer service. Consumer you need not to execute. Generally, in client server, client should be executed, server will give response. But here, one time you start it and leave it. So producer will send, consumer will read. So public, it's a read data. I'm just writing a method. Any method you can write it. It's a message. It is exchanged in binary format. So it takes actually destination name. It's a destination. Same destination name we have to use at consumer. Observe carefully. This side we have producer. And this side we have consumer. Producer will send the data to mom. Mom will send the data to consumer. After some time, producer will send, consumer will read. Producer will send to mom, consumer will read. Producer sent, consumer read. Producer sent, consumer read. Like delivery by status after 2 seconds updated, that is given to you. Delivery by status after 5 seconds given is updated. So once connection is closed, okay, it's done. Like that. So here, this is a consumer service. Execution order. First start the ActiveMQ. Again, I'm showing. Okay, in the downloads, Apache ActiveMQ, bin Windows 64 ActiveMQ bat. I gave the flow above. You can just see. Download, double click. Enter this URL, username and password. Okay. At consumer application, use same dependency and keys. But at main class, you have to enable this one JMS. It activates the JMS listener actually. Previously it was JMS, enable JMS consumer, but now they made like this. And define a service class with method having JMS listener. Okay, now we'll see the execution order. First start ActiveMQ, start it, go in the browser and see, no more queues. Then start the consumer. Yes, you are listening correct. Okay, now start the consumer. Now consumer is actually listening. Okay, I'll print from consumer. It's actually reading and printing here. Run this application, consumer started. Okay, if you have doubt, come and click on refresh. Number of message queue name, number of messages, number of consumers entered into queue, NQ, left from queue, DQ. It's a message. Clear the console. Now run the producer. I think you remember the scheduling program which I explained before. We can make it scheduling also. If you run, it is sent and wait, it will receive. It is paid. After URL, sorry, I did not call the producer service. My math. Okay, so here test producer runner. Somewhere we have to trigger it. Actually, we have to make a scheduling. That's fine. Temporarily, I'll convert into scheduling here. Allow data. Actually, send method will take this message and transfer. Okay. From runner, allow data. Like some writing. Okay. Now I'll start running of this producer. I'm running. Spring Boot application. It is sent. See, receive. I did not do anything. Just I'm running only producer. One message came in and one message come out. Okay, let me run one more time. Stop this one. Let me run one more time. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. It's received, consumer received. You can see the date and time. In real time, they will use scheduling combination. You can check the scheduling notes, which I shared already. Okay, this is not a good approach. The better approach, of course, run or send anything is fine. So using command line run is not a good approach. Okay, you can just use @scheduled, fixed delay. Okay, for every 5 seconds, it's a 1 second, 1000 milliseconds of 5 seconds. For every 5 seconds, take the updated data and transfer. Okay, and you have to enable the scheduling by writing one annotation @enable scheduling. Check the old examples notes for scheduling. Initially explained. Now look at, I'll clear the consumer, I'll run the producer, and I'll sit silent. I'm not doing anything. My mouse is actually outside. Look at, for every 5 seconds, consumer is actually reading the data. Okay, better for confirmation, I'll write like this. Data sent. Okay, now look at. So producer will send and consumer will read. Producer will send, after 5 seconds, consumer will read. You can see the date and time. I'm not doing anything. Okay, until you, if you see, if you just stop this particular channel, it's over, of course. Okay, we can delete from here. Fine. So or else you can stop the particular service here. Even destination names also they will pass at runtime. Okay, but here this major code. Okay, but I am saying no one uses this kind of coding part nowadays. If you want, you can practice. Look at the major coding part. Producer, step number 1. Add this dependency ActiveMQ. I'm just giving coding part. 1. Producer name Spring Boot producer EX. Dependency Spring Boot Apache ActiveMQ 5. Application dot properties. It's a producer. Okay, there. Producer service. In the producer service, if you look at here, JMS template is used, having a send method which takes destination and takes the message to be transferred. Runner class or scheduler. Actually, better instead of using runner, you use scheduler. Okay, at main class. In case of scheduling, you used enable schedule. It's a consumer. Spring Boot JMS consumer. Dependency Apache ActiveMQ file. Application.properties. At main class. Enable JMS. It's a consumer service. Execution order. Run ActiveMQ batch file. From the location, second. Run consumer application. And just see the output. Okay, now revising for a second. This theory is important, not this coding, because Kafka understanding required here. ActiveMQ nowadays very less used. If you mention in the resume, then only they'll ask. Otherwise, they won't. Okay, if you're an employee and your company is having this ActiveMQ, let me know. I'll give some more other additional documents. Okay, look at here. The concept is actually MQs. Continuous data between producer and consumer. The real-time use cases are Swiggy delivery status, Uber cab status, live train status, stock market data. So one is sending the data continuously, another one is reading the data. Client server, client makes a request, server process and gives response. Here the software is required, mom is a mediator. If mom is down, completely gone, nothing will happen. Mom contains a memory called destination. It's a two types, queue and topic. Queue means single message, topic means same message multiple times. Okay, so this is all called peer-to-peer communication. This is called pub-sub communication. You want to make same program pub-sub, very simple things. Change the key into pub-sub is equals to true and write one more consumer with same key values. That's it. Okay, to view as pub-sub, just to create one more consumer using same code and also this key. Change key value as true. That's it. You can see the output. Okay, but we have mom limitations. Okay, Apache ActiveMQ limitations, or we can also call disadvantages. Okay, it's not good if number of consumers or producers are increased. Internal applications will be there, portal management. Okay, company specific applications, it is good. Okay, number of consumers increased, it's not good. Okay, so suitable for small scale, less users. Really good. Like you should not use very big bus in case of two people transport, like that. Here also bike is good in case of two persons. Here small scale application perfect, works only for Java applications, language dependent. But in real time, language independent applications will be there, right? Works only for TCP protocol. Okay, there's actually even protocol dependent. Okay, so no load balance concept or data partitions. No load balance for more consumers and producers. No data partition for large data transfer. All these are handled by Kafka. At a time, Kafka can work with around 25,000 nodes in a second. Then you can understand what is the capacity and speed. Kafka is designed such a way, but not in the local machines. Okay, in the cloud machine. Local machine, connectivity only I'll show. Okay, so cloud machine, that environment, only software is not sufficient, hardware also required. For example, if you want to play a very big game, then you need to have your mobile configuration also in such a way. In the same way here, these are limitations of ActiveMQ. It is not used much in real time. Next, we are going to see Apache Kafka. Kafka is like another Spring Boot. If you learn only Kafka, you will get job. If you learn only Kafka, you will get job. That much lengthy it is. But what I'm showing here is Spring Boot integration with Kafka. Like for example, React.js will be there. I cannot teach React.js. Angular is there. I cannot teach Angular, but I gave one integration video, right? Here also same. But for you, I'll teach some basics of Apache Kafka. Okay. So what you need to do here, take a break. Continue at 8:10 p.m. up to 9 p.m. I'll be taking continuation. Okay, you can take a break and be back 8:10 up to 9 p.m. Okay, I'll take Kafka designing and coding part. I'll be showing here. Okay. And please, if you have doubts and all, I cannot provide here because a lot of students join. Okay, doubts, send it to my email ID.